Hello, dear students, good morning all. I invite all of you to our exercise section. Okay, you know that now we have completed our first chapter. Today we are going to start our second chapter. Then I am so happy that we have conducted our first unit test and all of you have got good marks. Okay, so my hearty congratulations for all. Okay, so today we are going to study our new chapter. Then what's the name of our chapter? All of you listen here. The name of our chapter is The River Valley Civilization. Okay, in the first chapter you studied what was the condition of our ancestors, or we can say what was the condition of our earlier people or early human life. You know that they lived in the forest, or we can say they lived in caves or tree branches, and they had no settled life for the beginning. Then gradually or later they settled their life, especially in river banks, and they started agriculture. They domesticated animals, and they got some new ideas about the use of metals or different types of making different types of weapons by using stone, metals, etc. Okay, then when they started their city life near the river banks. Do you know what's the reason for that? Yes, what's that answer? Yeah, very good. That means when they started the city life in near banks, they can easily catch fish and they will get enough water. Okay, so for getting fish, or we can say for getting food, fish is a food material, and for getting water, they started their city life near the river banks. Okay, then by using that water, they started agriculture also. So later, means gradually they settled their life near the river banks, and the number of people or population increased, agriculture production increased, so it paved the way for starting trade and some other activities. Okay, so when the people started to live in a particular region, the number of people increased, so that means their social life started. Social life means the number of people increased, that group of people, they automatically created small society. Okay, that means when number of people increase in a particular place, we call that place as a society. Okay, so in this chapter, we are going to study the important contributions of four groups or four groups of people in different parts of the world, especially in our country, India, then Mesopotamia, then China and Egypt. Okay, so these are the four important topics or points you have to study from this chapter. So, civilization means when people get more ideas about their life or collecting food or agriculture and such things, they automatically change their lifestyle, their food habits and all other things from the early life. Okay, so now that means when this civilization started, or when they started their life in your river banks, they got more progress in their thinking, in their dressing style, in their food habits, and the social, mutual interdependence, etc. Okay, so all these features we are going to study in this chapter. And this chapter I am going to give a golden chance for you, because I am going to divide the important topics. So first today we are going to study our first civilization, that is Harappan civilization, or we can say Indus Valley civilization. So it is your duty to present the important points related with that civilization here. So you can select your topic. I am going to say the important topics. First of all, you want to study, you have to give an introduction. Then you can see what's the social life, then what is the importance of the construction of houses, the trade, commerce, then the artistic, etc. So many points you have to study in the first topic, that is in the case of Indus Valley civilization. So it's your chance. You can select your topic. I will not give you any particular topic. It is your choice. So please select your topic, and you can discuss, and you can select one leader, and that leaders come here and present the topic. Okay, so I will give you 10 minutes for each group. Okay, so within 10 minutes you please prepare your notes and ready to present here. Okay. Yeah, all of you ready now? Okay, very good. So first, who is ready to come here and present the first part? Okay, it's Huda. Okay, Huda, please come here and present your important topics.
in the charge of its construction. The line must be laid through the Indus Valley. Though the brothers, who were engineers, toiled hard with the labourers, but they can't fix the railway track in the loose soil. So the construction came to a standstill. At that time, the brothers noticed some burnt bricks nearby. It was hard and suitable for the construction. So without wasting any time, they paved the bricks and paid the line. Later, the labourers nor the engineers realized that the burnt bricks are the remains of a great civilization existed centuries back. Later, Sir John Marshall, the director of Archaeological Survey of India, an excavation was undertaken in 1921. It revealed that it is the ruins of a great civilization. Do you know which is that civilization? The civilization existed in the valley of river Indus and its tributaries. Next, Indus Valley Civilization or Harappan Civilization stretches from western part of Pakistan to Alamgirpur in UP and Kashmir in the north to Narmada Valley in the south. It existed from BC 2700 to BC 1700. It existed in the valley of river Indus and its tributaries. Its excavation conducted in Harappa by Daya Ram Sahni. Mohenjo-daro was another important site revealed by R.D. Banerjee. The first excavation was conducted by Sir John Marshall, the director of Archaeological Survey of India. Friends, look at this chart. This is the chart representing the excavations about Indus Valley Civilization. Sir John Marshall conducted excavations about Indus Valley Civilization. R.D. Banerjee conducted excavations in Mohenjo-daro and Daya Ram Sahni conducted excavations in Harappa. Look at this, you can also make a chart like this. Then let's go to the sites of Indus Valley Civilization or Harappa Civilization. Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Sulkajindur belongs to the country Pakistan. Alamgirpur, Banwali, Kalibangan, Lothal, Dholaivira and Rangpur belongs to the country India. Shortugai belongs to the country Afghanistan. These are the important sites of Indus Valley Civilization or Harappa Civilization. Then let's go to the topic Harappan cities. The important Harappan cities are Mohenjo-daro, Harappa and Lothal. Then let's see what are the features of Harappan cities. Harappan cities are two parts, west and east. First, west was used by the administrators, assembly halls, part of the city to the west was higher. Next, east was used by the common people, small houses, part of the city to the east was lower. Let me wind up my words. Thank you and have a nice day.
Okay, very good. Huda, you submitted your points in a very good way. So, we can give a big clap. Okay, very good. So, what are the important points Huda presented here? You please say. What are the important points? Yeah, first one, you can see in your textbook, the beginning of the chapter, that means page number 23. An experience that took place in 1856. Okay, so you can see that page here. All of you listen here. Clear? Okay, you know what's the importance of 1856? Because 7th standard you studied. Who ruled during that time in India? Yeah, it was British people. Okay, they ruled our country during that time in 1856 time. Okay, so at that time they decided to construct a railway line. So from which place to which place? From Multan to Lahore for their easy trading purpose. So engineers come here and with a lot of laborers they started their work, but it was so difficult for them because this construction work is going to be conducted through the Indus Valley region, but that soil was so loose one, so they couldn't complete their work. So their work came to a standstill. So the leaders suddenly noticed some particular bricks, burnt bricks near their surroundings. So they go and take, and they understood that it is so hard one. So they understood that by using that bricks they can easily construct the railway track. Okay, so by using that bricks, they constructed that railway track. So the work completed within short time, span of time. Okay, and at that time, nobody think who lived here, then who prepared such a type of burnt bricks, etc. Because they completed their work and they left the place. And in 1921, a great person, that means the director of Indian Archaeological Survey, it was Sir John Marshall. Sir John Marshall, he conducted, or under his leadership, an excavation was conducted in that area. Okay, that means where the railway track was constructed, that place he conducted, or he and his other workers conducted an excavation, and they understood that there was this civilization. That means a group of people lived there for many years ago, and they had the idea of burning of the bricks. That means that people constructed their houses by using burned bricks. Okay, so please remember the year. It was 1921, and the person who was the director of Archaeological Survey of India, it was John Marshall. Okay, have you heard the words of Huda? I hope that all of you have got the important points from the words of Huda about the Harappan civilization. Okay, she presented her introduction very well. So she told that in 1921 it was John Marshall who conducted excavations there. Okay, then this civilization known in different names. First name is known as Indus Valley Civilization. Indus Valley Civilization. Indus Valley Civilization, this, because of that, this civilization nourished, or we can say flourished, in the river banks of river Indus. Okay, you know that Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra, the important Himalayan rivers you studied in your lower classes. So this civilization flourished on the banks of river Indus. Because of that, this civilization is known as Indus Valley Civilization. Clear? Then the important cities or the important places of this civilization, especially Harappa, then Mohenjo-daro. Another important city, that is Lothal. Okay, so these are the three important cities, three important sites of this Indus Valley civilization, from where the geologists, when they conduct excavation, they got the remains of this civilization, and they got more remains from which place? That is in Harappa. That Harappa lies in present Pakistan. Okay, so that is why this civilization is also known as Harappan civilization. So you keep it in mind. This civilization, that means it flourished in our country, that means river Indus. Because of that, this civilization is known as Indus Valley civilization, and this civilization is also known as Harappan civilization because the remains of this civilization mostly got from Harappa. Okay, then another important site was Mohenjo-daro. Okay, then Mohenjo-daro, that was also in present Pakistan. From that site also, so many excavations conducted and so many remains we got. Or the so many balance of or the materials the people used during this civilization, the geologists excavated from Mohenjo-daro also. Then about Lothal, you study the next, when you study next point, we can discuss about Lothal. Okay, then the people who conducted excavations in Harappa, it was an important geologist. His name was Dayaram Sahni. Okay, you remember the name Dayaram Sahni. Then the excavations conducted in Mohenjo-daro, it was R.D. Banerjee. Okay, then there is a flow chart in your textbook, and you have to complete that. Okay, by completing, adding this name, you can complete this flow chart. So all of you, please complete that work. Okay, so first one, who was the Archaeological Survey, the Director of Archaeological Survey of India, it was John Marshall, that you can write first. Then the two important places, one Harappa and another one Mohenjo-daro. Then the excavations conducted in Harappa, it was Dayaram Sahni. Then it was Mohenjo-daro, no, it was R.T. Banerjee who conducted excavations in Mohenjo-daro. Clear? Okay, so please complete your flow chart in your textbook. Over. I am going to repeat. Then, all of you listen here, you can see the extension, that means from which place to which place this civilization situated or existed. Okay, listen here. This civilization existed from west part of Pakistan, to Alamgirpur in UP. Okay, so please note that. What's the extension of Harappan civilization? Okay, listen. This civilization extended from west part of Pakistan to Alamgirpur in UP. Then, likewise, it extended from Kashmir to Narmada Valley. Okay, Narmada Valley in the south. Okay, so please note that. So we can say Harappan civilization extended from west part of Pakistan to Alamgirpur in UP. Likewise, from Kashmir in the north to Narmada Valley in the south. That you can see. Next page, there is a map. All of you look here. You can see that map here. Okay. Then, by looking that map, it's so easy for you because where is Pakistan, where is Afghanistan, India clearly shown that map. So on the basis of that, you can complete that table also. That means the important size and country. You can write the size by looking that map and you can easily identify which country, Pakistan or India. Okay, so please complete this one. All of you complete this by looking this map. Okay. Ready? Then, now we are going to study what are the important features of Harappan cities. What are the important features of Harappan cities? We just discussed the important cities. Which are the important cities? Yes, which are they? Harappa, then Mohenjo-daro, and one more city. Yes, very good. This is Lothal. Okay, so Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, and Lothal were the important cities. And these cities had their own peculiarity. First peculiarity is that these cities, the most of the houses were built by using burned bricks. Okay, the houses were built by using, or we can say that important buildings or important places decorated by using burned bricks. Then another feature is that these cities divided into two. That means eastern cities and another one western cities. Or the city that divided into east side and west side. Okay, now it is so easy for you. What are the features of east part and what are the features of west part? Clear? Okay, we can discuss that. The west part, it was higher. That means the cities, you know that geographically some places are very high places, some other places are very lower area. So the higher places, that cities known as west cities. Okay, so the city they divided into two, eastern part and western part, and the higher area that belonged to the western cities. And these places they used for administration work. Okay, administration work. These places they used for administration work. Clear? Then, when we conducted the excavations, what archaeologists they got some remains of big hall. Maybe it assembly hall. Okay, so these are the important features of western cities. So, what are the important features? That means these places were higher. And the administration work is going on here. That means maybe any meeting related to administration activity conducted here. So for conducting such type of meetings, they may be constructed big hall, or we can say like auditorium model, big halls. So whatever may be, when the geologist is conducted excavations here, they got the remains of or the whatever materials are related with assembly hall. That means maybe burned bricks or some other materials. Okay, so these are the important features of West city. Now we are going to study what are the important features of the cities in the eastern side. They were lower places or lower level regions. Then these places, the people used for their whatever they want to construct their houses. Okay, so we can say common people used here, or common people lived here. Okay, because of that, when the excavations conducted, our geologists got the remainings of a lot of houses. Okay, so these are the important features of Harappan cities. Once again, I am going to say which are important Harappan cities: Harappa, Mohenjo-daro and Lothal. Okay, so that city is divided into two, which are the first one, western cities, or we can say east part and west part. Then what are the important features here? So now you studied the important points. First one, the civilization flourished in our country. It is known as Indus Valley Civilization. Why this got such a particular name? Because this flourished in the river banks of River Indus. Then the important site of that civilization is Harappa. Because of that, this civilization is known as Harappan civilization. Okay, then Mohenjo-daro was another important site here. So geologists, two famous geologists conducted excavations here. Harappa, it was Dayaram Sahni, and Mohenjo-daro, it was R.D. Banerjee. Okay, then you can see there's a map there, and on the basis of that map, you complete or you can complete the important cities and the countries where they belong. Clear? Then after that, we discussed what are the important features of Harappan cities. So we can classify the cities into two, eastern cities and western cities. Okay, then which are the important features of western cities? The cities were very higher, then administration work is was going on there, then the remains of assembly hall got from here. Then eastern cities, these places or this area was lower one, then common people used here or they lived here. So when excavation conducted here, the geologists got the remains of houses. Okay, now Huda's work is over. I discussed the important points related with Harappan cities and about Indus Valley or Harappan civilization. That means that introduction work is over. Now we are going to study another important part of this civilization. That means what are the features of their houses. Then who is ready for that? Okay, Sama, yeah, warm welcome. Please come.
Hi friends, a lovely morning to all of you. It's me Aisha Sama. Here I am going to share some important points about the parts of Harappan cities. In Harappan cities, houses were built along both sides of plank streets. Some houses had only one room, while other houses had more rooms, a courtyard and a well. Every house had a toilet. The next important feature was the drainage system. The drains were built of burnt bricks and covered with stone slabs. This system provided even in small towns and villages. Okay friends, coming to the last point, the most remarkable feature of Harappa was the Great Bath. It was a great water tank built with burnt bricks, and it shows their architectural skills. Hope you understand what I said. Thanks for listening to me.
Okay. Congratulations for Sama, because you have presented your words very well here. Okay, I hope that all of you have understood what was the features or peculiarities of the houses in Harappan cities. Okay, now I am going to repeat the words of Sama here, so all of you listen. Okay, features of houses. You know that important Harappan cities, you know what are the features of the cities also you study. So they constructed their houses two sides of the trees. Okay, that's the first important feature. They constructed their houses in such a way that two sides of that particular tree. Okay, two sides of the street, or we can say cities. That's the first feature of their houses. The next one, they consider different types of houses. That means some houses are only one room, but some other houses are more rooms. Okay, maybe 3 or 4 rooms. Then, another important feature, each and every house has one courtyard. You know what is courtyard? Courtyard and toilet also. Okay, that means you have to keep in mind that time the people used to toilet. So they were very neat people. They were very bothered about their hygiene. So remember that point. Okay. And each and every house, they had a well also. So, what are the important features of their houses? They constructed their houses on the two sides of their street. So, people can go to the street without any problem, and they can meet together and they can convey the messages so easily. Okay, they planned their houses in such a cunning way. And the one, they constructed houses, most of the houses are only one room, but some other houses are more than one room. And each and every house has a courtyard, a toilet and well also. Okay, then another important one, you know that at that time, you have to keep one important point in your mind that this civilization existed in between BC 2700 to BC 1700. You know what is BC? That means before Christ. Now we are living AD, that means after Christ. It is 2020. So you can easily understand how many years back it is. Okay, so this civilization existed BC 2700 to BC 1700. So at that time they had very well planning about the construction of toilet, the construction of houses and the construction of well also. That is why we can say that people were very intelligent. They were very bothered about their health. And then they considered a well-planned drainage system. Or they had a well-planned drainage also. That means each and every house, the waste materials or wastewater, they remove by using a particular drainage system. And you know that all the drainages finally reaches into a main drainage that constructed in the center of the city. Okay, so in that case also, that condition also, they were very intelligent, they were very cunning one. So they had constructed a well-planned drainage system also. Then another important point about this civilization is you remember that there is Great Bath. Okay, I think you have studied this in your 5th standard, because at that time also you have studied about the different civilizations. I hope that you have studied some points about the Harappan civilization. Okay, so they consider a Great Bath. Great Bath means it's a huge water tank. Okay, so they used this water tank or maybe for irrigation activities or maybe conducting religious ceremonies that you will study later when we study about the religious beliefs. Okay, and another important feature of this Great Bath was that it was also constructed by using burned bricks. Remember this point? Burned bricks. Okay, so these are the important features of their houses and their drainage system. Once again, they constructed houses on the two sides of the streets. Next one, some houses are only one room, but some other houses are more than one room. Next one, each and every house has a toilet, a well and a particular courtyard. Then you remember that they constructed all these things from which year to which year this civilization existed BC 2700 to 1700. So it is so old one. Even then they constructed all these facilities. Okay, then they had kept a particular drainage system for each and every house, and there was a great bath also, and it was a huge water tank, and they used this water for ceremonial activities and agricultural activities, etc. And this great bath also they constructed or they prepared or they made by using burnt bricks. Okay, so these are the important points you have to keep in mind. So I am going to wind up here. Okay, then more points about visualization you can study next class. Okay, study well and complete your notes. Thank you.